What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's good to see you tonight on the Speak and See Show. I ask that you like and subscribe and click that notification button so when I get information out, you can get information in. I have been calling congressmen and senators, mainly congressmen today, on your behalf, trying to get your Eidl loans that you were promised, that you were not promised, but have been kind of. If you got the first loan and didn't get the second and you're still working on getting the second, there's a problem, and it's probably not your fault, which is why we're contacting your congressman for you. So hopefully keep your prayers out for those out there that are going through these issues, trying to get that money, because we have people out there that are literally going homeless. Small business women. They say it's Small Business Women's Month. Women's Small Business Month. I don't think so. If you want to look at the reality of it, Women's Small Business Month, I know some small business women out there who still haven't gotten funded and have all the requirements met, haven't got their funds for the loan, haven't gotten their Eidl grants, but we're here fighting for you, and we're going to continue fighting for you as this government seems to want to take all of your money away. Don't want to give you what they were promising you last year, this year. It's been a crazy year as far as the government and the political views go. And just to let you know, there's no political party out there that currently exists that represents my views. Just to let you know, Republicans or Democrats. I'm out. So I've seen them both just this year go ahead and lie. None of them want to come forth and give us that Eidl grant that they all signed, all the congressmen, all the senators. So the most bipartisan bill you could ever think of was the CARES Act. And they did not come through with our Eidl $10,000 grants. However, the Democrats, more or less, are the ones that were pushing it, saying, look, get us in office. We'll make sure you all get that $10,000 Eidl grant. Then they popped this with a policy map and said, screw you small business owners in the middle class area. Screw all the small business owners in the middle class and the upper class area. And you know what? I have met so many people through this channel that have not gotten their Eidl grants that are in low-income communities. I have met people that have actually gotten kicked out of their houses that were in low-income communities only to go into a homeless shelter that still can't get that Eidl grant. You tell me. Now, as far as that goes, that sounds to me like it's a government unaccountability that people are not holding the government accountable. That's what we try to do here. We try to hold the government accountable. Now, we are going to go over this IRS $600 bank account surveillance too. The IRS, with this new human infrastructure, they just made that up. Human infrastructure bill that wants to dip into everybody's bank account and make the banks give data to the IRS on anything over $600 a transaction from your bank account. They're claiming that this is to get the big businesses to pay their taxes, but if a big business is $600 or more transaction, we're going to have problems with comparing a big business to a small business. That's not the wealthy there. That's the even low to low end employees, low end Americans. $600 in your account and you're considered a wealthy. No. Now they're thinking about moving that up to $10,000, but what they're looking at to get is permission. The GOP, which means the Republican Party, is fighting hand and foot against this bill. They are all against it. They're coming out in the woodwork right now saying, we can't believe you're even trying to sneak this in through the infrastructure bill, that $3.5 trillion headache that the Democrats are seeming to push. The Democrat politicians, I'm going to read a few things right here after my notes if you don't mind. The Democratic politicians are feeling the pushback on the $600 bank account surveillance. They are wanting to impose on all Americans. Now, they're talking about raising it to $10,000, but they say that number is fluent and subject to change. What that means is they want to raise it to $10,000 to get the votes to say, yeah, oh, okay, 10,000 or more? Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and do that. But once they do that, they drop it. Let's not give them this information, people. They are trying to come into your houses. They are trying to make you get shots. They are trying to make you do everything to impose their will against you and they need to stay out of our business is what they need to do. All Republicans and the senators in the Senate are calling on Schumer and the Democrats to abandon the idea altogether. It's just get rid of it, throw it out with Janet Yellen, and we just need to move on forward without implementing an IRS mandate for banks to give the IRS your money. Now, the Democrats have gone so far as to put it into the human infrastructure bill, which would pass it even sooner than expected because it was supposed to pass in December 2022. But with it found in this human infrastructure bill, it would have passed as soon as it was gone through Congress. And Democrats wouldn't even need a single Republican vote to pass this bill. And now we know that Manchin and Sinema voted against the human infrastructure bill already. And I believe this is one of the reasons they voted against it too. But just to know that there are only 2 Democratic senators out there right now that would vote against letting the IRS tap into your personal banking information, that's scary. That should concern every single one of you out there. The Democrats are saying that it is necessary to give these powers to the IRS so that the wealthy are held accountable to pay their fair share. If you're talking about wealthy and saying over $600, I think we need to be thinking, where do we live? This is America. If you got over $600 in your bank account, that doesn't make you wealthy. So they're totally doing a U-turn and they're spinning. They're trying to make this look like it's a good thing to attack the wealthy, but apparently it's an overreach again to take money and power away from the American people and away from the banks and give it to government. Big government, little people. The White House is in agreement with the Democrats' plan and believe that the banks should be providing higher level of information to the IRS. With the information given, they believe it could catch tax cheats, and this money could be used to fund the human infrastructure bill. They're saying that they would be getting a total of $480 billion more within the next decade if they were to implement this, if they were to go ahead and go into your banks and get your information. Okay, and with that said, the Biden administration says that they think that the IRS surveillance plan could raise $460 billion over the next 10 years when taxpayers understand the IRS has more of their information. And they're trying to do it in a bit of a scare tactic as well out there, is just basically saying, you know, if people think that we can get their information and that we're going to be watching them, then they're likely to not try to cheat the tax codes that we have out there. And because they don't have enough employees. Now they want to put $80 billion they have put into this human infrastructure bill. They put $80 billion in there to hire more employees, $80 billion worth, and build more IRS buildings, hire more employees in order to spy on the American individual, citizen, not just small business owners. This goes to everybody. This is just a everyday Joe that goes out there and collects his weekly salary or his paycheck every week. They want to know where you're spending your money, why you're spending it, and if you spent over a certain amount of money, is it taxable, and can they pull that away from you? So with that said, guys, I'm going to be sitting back tonight watching the Tampa Bay Rays play the Boston Red Sox. I want to give a quick shout out to Jason McElhone. Thank you for all you do. So how would we go about stopping this madness? How would we go about stopping this madness? Well, people are already fluent. They're livid. A lot of people are out there livid. They are calling their senators up. They're calling their congressmen up, and they're saying, what is going on down in the White House down there? What is going on in Congress that's saying that the IRS is going to be coming into my personal life, into my bank account? What's going on? I need you to vote against it. So if you guys want to help out in this cause to get the IRS off your backs, get the American people back up on top of this government and take control back over our government, call your senators, call your congressmen and say, get rid of this IRS investigation, this IRS overreach, this IRS surveillance of our lives, and stop it right now. Because there is going to be a lot of people that are unhappy with what's going on in our government right now as far as the control that is trying to be pulled away from the American people. Ain't going to happen under our watch, guys. Just to let you know. I want to thank you all for watching. I love you guys. I hope this helps. And like, subscribe. Somebody say, hey, I want my 10K.
Give it to me. Yeah.
Somebody say, hey, we want a 10K.
Yeah.
Hey, we want a 10K.
Yeah.
Hey, we want a 10K.
Yeah.
Hey, we want a 10K.
Give it to me.
Me and my friends, we like to play this game. Some call us annoying, but we think it's a shame. All find time to chat and go live and get with the House and Senate on the phone and online. We even tweet the press when we
like we're stuck on Bill
S513.
You'll say you're out of luck, but I think that it's time that they hear our voice, and then we say it louder because it's our choice. We say, hey.